Today's Living Word with Pastor Arlen.
Today's word is from Romans chapter 8. Romans 8, we're going to look at verse 6 to begin with. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And all that's saying is if you think carnal, meaning according to the natural course of this world, according to your five physical senses, if you look at how you feel, you might not feel great, you might not look great, your bank account might look empty. But if you are, that's carnally minded, you're looking at your natural circumstances, and that just continues to bring death. It won't fulfill the promise of God in your life. But to be spiritually minded, having your mind renewed, looking through the lens of the Word of God and the promises of God will bring you life, and then you'll have peace. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against God, meaning when you think in the natural, you're going against the Word of God. So it's not like you're saying, God, I'm against you. But the minute you put the natural life before the Word of God, you are actually standing against God, because God and His Word are one, and Jesus is the Word made flesh. For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. Verse 8, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please God. Meaning, how can you please someone that has done everything for you and wants His power to flow through you when you continue to look at things in the natural, thinking the kingdom of darkness is greater, when you've been translated out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of His dear Son? Verse 9, but you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. That's what Paul's saying to them. Hey, look, live according to the Spirit. You're born again. If so be that the Spirit of God dwells in you. Remember, the Spirit of God dwells in you because you're born again. You could not be born again without the Spirit of God living in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his. So that's that narrow gate. In order to have the Spirit of God, you must be born again. Verse 10, and if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. Verse 11, if the Spirit of Him that raised up Jesus from the dead dwell in you, if you're a born-again Christian, the Spirit of God dwells in you. Then He that raised up Christ from the dead shall quicken your mortal body by His Spirit that dwells in you. The power that's in your spirit, the power of God flows from your spirit and through your body. It will quicken, make alive your mortal body with the resurrection power of Jesus.